Hello everyone, and welcome back to the channel. Today we are heading to the edge of the Red Sea where Saudi Arabia is attempting one of the boldest construction projects on Earth, Oxagon, a futuristic industrial city, a smart port, and a floating offshore district designed to become the industrial engine of NEOM. Make sure to subscribe to the channel and follow us for more incredible mega project stories from around the world. If you love construction, engineering, futuristic cities, and impossible infrastructure, this is exactly where you need to be.
Now, imagine standing on a barren desert coastline. On one side, endless sand. On the other, the deep blue Red Sea.
At first, there is nothing here. No buildings, no roads, no harbor, no city. Just survey teams, drones, floating buoys. Engineers mapping out the future shape of one of the most ambitious industrial cities ever planned. Oxagon is not a normal city. It is not a resort, not a skyscraper skyline, and not a simple port expansion. It is designed as a massive low-rise industrial and logistics hub, shaped around a bold geometric master plan, combining land-based industry, a smart automated port, internal water channels, utility corridors, and a future offshore floating platform district. The construction begins with precision. Survey boats with a Hispanic crew scan the seabed. Hispanic engineers mark the coastline. Geotechnical rigs drill into the desert ground to understand the soil.
Every future road, canal, port edge, and floating platform must be aligned before a single major structure can rise.
Temporary roads are carved through the desert. Staging yards appear beside the coast. Heavy machinery arrives. Cranes, barges, and site cabins turn the empty shoreline into a massive construction base. Out in the water, dredged sediment is pumped away. Support boats guide the operation, and a future marine gateway slowly takes shape beneath the surface.
The channel is widened, deepened, and connected to a turning basin, where large vessels will eventually maneuver near the port.
But a port cannot exist without protection, so crews begin building seawalls and breakwaters. Barges dump core stone into the sea. Floating cranes place heavy armor units. Excavators shape the shoreline. Layer by layer, the raw desert coast becomes an engineered marine edge, strong enough to protect the future port of NEOM from waves and currents. Once the basin is sheltered, the first quay wall begins. Tie rods anchor the wall from behind. The backland is filled, compacted, and raised. Concrete capping beams are poured along the top edge. What was once empty water is now becoming a true industrial berth. Then the port starts to take form. Fenders are bolted to the quay face.
Bollards are installed for future mooring. Drainage pipes and manholes are placed behind the berth. The container yard is stabilized, paved, and marked.
Crane rail foundations are poured, steel rails are installed, and then the giant ship-to-shore crane begins rising, piece by then the waterside boom. At this moment, the future smart port becomes visible. Behind it, the automated container yard takes shape. Rail foundations are cast. Automated stacking crane frames rise above the hardstand. Electrical systems, control cabinets, and terminal infrastructure are installed. But still, this is not operational yet. It is construction, testing, and preparation. Next comes the water network. Oxagon's internal canals are not decorative lakes. They are engineered channels. Crews strip the desert surface, excavate deep trenches, stabilize the bottom, install drainage systems, pour reinforced concrete walls, waterproof the joints, and finally introduce water in a controlled sequence. The canal connects to an inner harbor. A larger basin is excavated, lined, sealed, and flooded. This becomes the staging zone for one of the most important parts of the project, the offshore floating district. Then the floating modules arrive. Massive rectangular platform sections are towed across the Red Sea by tugboats. They enter the protected harbor, are inspected, aligned, engines, and then guided offshore into a precisely marked buoy grid. One module is positioned, then a second. Then steel connector plates lock them in place. Seams are sealed. Decks are leveled. Edge protection is installed. Vestas. Utility corridors are cut into the platform deck. Power, water, data, and control conduits are placed inside. But a floating industrial city cannot stand alone. A causeway and service link are built from the land-based district to the offshore platform.
Piles are driven into the water. Deck beams are lifted into place. Utility ducts cross the link. Now the project expands inland. Behind the port, the first logistics warehouse is built. Steel columns rise. Roof panels and wall panels are installed. Loading docks are fitted. Truck yards are paved.
Beside it, the first clean manufacturing hall begins. Heavy foundations are poured, steel frames rise, roof and wall panels close the building. The hidden heart of Oxagon: substations, transformers, pump skids, water treatment systems, pipe racks, and underground cable networks connect the port, warehouse, factory, and offshore platform into one integrated system. A control center is built to monitor everything: port cranes, utilities, factory systems, warehouse sensors, offshore platform stability. Finally, Oxagon enters testing. The port crane moves its first test container. The automated yard crane calibrates its rails. A test truck backs into the logistics warehouse. Forklifts move trial pallets. Inside the factory, robotic systems run dry test cycles. The utility district performs pressure tests. Offshore sensors check platform movement
And stability.
And then, after years of engineering, the first phase comes alive. The port is ready. The warehouse is ready. The factory is running. The canals are filled. The offshore platform is connected. The utility systems are running. Oxagon is no longer just a drawing on a map. It has become a real
This is not just about building a city. It is about building a new industrial model, a place where ports,
and floating infrastructure are designed as one system from the beginning. Oxagon is one of the most ambitious attempts to reshape the future. Every day begins with hyper-efficiency. The fully automated port handles millions of TEUs seamlessly, minimizing turnaround time to zero. An endless supply chain powered entirely by artificial intelligence. Freight trains instantly distribute goods to the hinterland via hyperrail networks. Inside the massive fulfillment centers, swarms of robotic sorters coordinate in real time, achieving zero-error processing at blinding speeds. Fueling it all is the world's largest green hydrogen plant. Zero carbon emissions, 100% powered by renewable solar and wind energy. Food is grown on-site in futuristic vertical farms, ensuring total sustainability and self-reliance in the middle of a desert climate. But Oxagon is also a place to live. The floating residential districts provide uncompromised luxury, blending seamlessly with the sea. Mobility is reimagined. Multi-layered transit paths separate people from machines. Zero-carbon autonomous pods whisk residents across the city.
A cognitive city governed by an invisible artificial intelligence network, predicting the needs of industries and citizens alike.
Oxagon doesn't just conquer the sea, it harmonizes with it. Underwater labs drive global marine research, restoring coral reefs, pioneering ecotourism and nature conservation. Mangrove forests and rich coastal habitats are preserved right alongside hyper-industrial hubs. Construction itself is revolutionized. Giant automated 3D printers extrude buildings layer by layer, drastically cutting time and material waste. The sky is the new highway. Autonomous heavy-lift drones and delivery networks conquer the airspace, redefining next-generation logistics. Beneath the surface, vacuum tube cargo pods fire containers deep into NEOM at near supersonic speeds, bypassing the surface completely.
Oxagon produces zero waste. A fully circular economy recycles every metal, plastic, and element, pouring raw materials
beyond the industrial might. Biodiversity thrives. Artificial coral structures are carefully submerged to regenerate native marine life.
At the core of the city is the Innovation Campus, attracting the brightest minds and tech pioneers to invent the solutions of tomorrow.
Commuting takes a massive leap into the sky. Electric vertical takeoff and landing vehicles, eVTOLs, serve as the ultimate zero-emission air taxis.
Living on the floating edge means waking up to an endless oceanic horizon. Smart homes adapt to the environment, completely self-sustained.
Nature is unpredictable, but massive dynamic wave attenuators dissipate ocean storm surges.
Governed from the iconic Hexagon Tower, Oxagon becomes a global hub connecting global shipping routes with unprecedented speed and efficiency. A hyper-connected marvel of engineering, a testament to human ambition.
It's not all heavy industry. Vibrant public plazas, shaded boulevards, and seamless retail experiences.
Hop on an autonomous pod. No driver, no waiting, no emissions. Just drop a pin, and it takes you straight across the water. Underneath the pedestrian zones, a hidden hive of skate robots organizes parking, freight, and utilities with flawless algorithm precision. Even aviation takes to the water. A massive floating runway stretches into the ocean, allowing heavy aircraft to land directly at the industrial core. To power this beast, vast fields of solar mirrors track the sun, beaming concentrated thermal energy to towering molten salt receivers.
Water is life. The world's most advanced desalination plants.
Even ocean harvesting is digitized. Automated aquaculture fleets bring in fresh, sustainably farmed seafood, processed instantly by robotics. Work, live, and play. Just a stone's throw from the heavy industry, pristine eco-resorts offer world-class recreation. The massive AI brain that runs Oxagon lives underwater. Submerged server farms use the ocean for natural cooling, computing billions of tasks per second. Every towering structure is anchored deep into the Red Sea's bedrock. Shock absorbers and advanced dampening tech neutralize waves and quakes. 10 mega cranes work in perfect synchronization on a single ultra-large vessel, breaking global records for unloading speed every single day. Ghost ships commanded by code. Fully autonomous mega freighters navigate global oceans and dock at Oxagon without a single human hand on the wheel. This is a city that builds the future. Inside high-tech assembly lines, machines build other machines.
Healthcare is predictive, not just reactive. Smart medical hubs deploy flying ambulances, while holographic AI doctors consult from anywhere.
Even the desert blooms. Engineered tidal generators flush seawater into mangrove canals, nurturing massive new green lungs for the coast. Wires are obsolete. Gigantic transmission towers beam wireless energy across the city grid, charging drones and vehicles instantly mid-flight. Connecting it all is the submerged hyperrail. Floating magically on magnetic levitation, trains cross the Red Sea without a single vibration.
A vertical miracle. From the airspace down to the bedrock.
By intercepting the busiest trade route on Earth, this floating monolith redirects the flow of global commerce straight into the heart of Neom. Unfazed by darkness, unbothered by storms, the intelligent gateway operates 24/7, guided by long-range lasers and pinpoint radar beacons. Inside the control hubs, weather algorithms foresee rogue waves and storms hours in advance, perfectly orchestrating every single arrival. This city is built for heavy manufacturing reborn. High-tech foundries use zero-carbon arc furnaces. Finished raw materials instantly slide into pristine clean rooms. Armies of robotics assemble next-gen pods, rovers, and eVTOLs flawlessly.
And Oxagon doesn't just build steel, it engineers life. Subterranean biovaults
Automated terraforming rovers inject seeds and hydrogel directly into the barren sand, transforming lifeless dunes into lush green barriers. There are no garbage trucks in this city. Pneumatic vacuum tubes suck waste from every building directly to underground recycling cores, where organic materials are instantly converted into clean biomass power, feeding electricity back into the grid without a puff of smoke.
Human ingenuity commands the machines. R&D hubs floating over the coral reefs house the brightest minds, working in spaces that defy gravity.
To beat the desert heat, Oxagon uses the O-depths.
And when the desert fights back, the city deflects. Gigantic louvered towers slice through sandstorms. Instantly, autonomous swarms of robotic wipers scrub the miles of solar arrays, ensuring maximum power absorption without missing a single ray.
When night falls, the city transforms into an interactive lightscape. Smart paving illuminates footsteps.
Culture is redefined. Floating amphitheaters host massive holographic concerts, blending world-class entertainment with the beauty of the sea.
When sea fog swallows the port, human eyes fail. But AI never sleeps.
Welcome to the Digital Twin, a perfect virtual simulation of the entire city operating in parallel. Every bolt, every container, every watt of energy is tracked. Humans are elevated from manual labor to master controllers. Augmented reality allows engineers to repair and optimize machinery with a wave of a hand. Deep below, liquid hydrogen is piped through cryogenic tunnels. This green superfuel is exported to the vessel's wait at the deepwater terminal, The world's first clean energy export hub fills massive tankers with liquid sun and wind, ready for global transit. Above and below, the scale is incomprehensible. Megaships glide into the floating city, casting massive shadows over protected marine sanctuaries. A symphony of speed and precision, swarms of automated drones burst from fulfillment centers, executing millions of deliveries across the entire Neom region.
Connecting Oxagon to the line, high-speed bullet trains mirrored to reflect the desert rip through the landscape at record speeds.
A city that constantly rebuilds itself. Older infrastructure is autonomously demolished, crushed, and perfectly recycled to forge the foundations of the new.
Life here is an adrenaline rush. The floating arenas host extreme hydrofoil racing, with vessels flying over the water.
Every transition is seamless. From the sea to the shore, autonomous shuttles silently sweep you into the heart of the retail and living districts.
Entire neighborhoods are built in factories. Prefabricated 3D concrete modules are printed, stacked, and shipped. Like massive Lego blocks, these modular rooms are dropped onto foundations, interlocking flawlessly to form instant zero-energy housing. On the surface, autonomous electric highway fleets run in synchronized platoons, drafting behind each other to save energy on endless freight runs. Innovation never sleeps. Aerospace labs test next-generation hypersonic air taxis in advanced wind tunnels, pushing the boundaries of global transport. Beyond the machines, it's a living, breathing paradise. Multi-tier commercial plazas interweave with hanging.
Even the chaotic power of the Red Sea is tamed. Floating wave of energy farms convert
Every joule of energy, every drop of water, every container movement is processed by the Nexus core, adjusting the entire city's rhythm in milliseconds. This is Oxagon. Not just a logistics hub, but a completely sync-living organism. Flying through its futuristic corridors, you witness a civilization leap. This is what happens when infinite ambition meets impossible engineering. From a barren patch of desert sand to the largest floating industrial complex ever conceived, the shape of tomorrow is finally here. This is Oxagon, the industrial engine of Neom, the gateway to the future. If you want to see more mind-blowing mega projects reshaping our planet, make sure to hit that subscribe button and turn on notifications.
Check out our other videos on Neom's impossible structures on the screen now. We will see you in the next episode.